Hello, class. This is Professor Gildersleeve. I wanted to give you a brief video to walk you through the week 2 assignment. Excuse me. First thing I'm going to do is share my screen. Okay, and now I'm going to blow it up to full screen. And you get this really neat looking infinity box that just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller and goes on forever. But I'm not going to stay there. I'm going to go over to the class itself. And I'm in, when you enter the class of each time, you'll see that week's announcement. Right now, you're seeing the week 1 announcement and course policies because at this point, this is the only announcement I've uploaded so far. But we're going to be talking about the week 2 assignment. And let me get over there, go to weekly content, and scroll down to week 2 definitions and descriptions. And here you've got an overview of week 2. Week 2 readings and multimedia, the week 2 discussion, and the week 2 assignment. Okay, now for this assignment, you'll be doing two things. You'll be writing an introduction to a mechanism description and an introduction to a process description. These things are defined in detail in your textbook, and you're given examples and outlines to follow along as well. So, but I wanted to call your attention to a couple of things. One is there are two parts to this assignment. Sometimes students um, write the first part of it, the mechanism description, but they either overlook or just somehow forget to do part 2. But you have to do both. You have to do an introduction to a mechanism description and an introduction to a process description. And please note that you only have to write the introductions to these documents. If you look at in your textbook, the outline that I'm looking at it's outline 4.1, and on my textbook it's on pages 38 and 39. Your textbook may be set up a little bit differently, but you'll see that uh, the outline for a mechanism description has three main parts: an introduction, a discussion, and a conclusion. All you have to do is write the introduction, but you have to do it for both of these documents. Now, be sure to include all parts of each introduction. For example, the mechanism description should begin with a technical definition of the mechanism you're describing. And again, this idea, the technical definition is described in detail in the textbook, and you'll include any extensions that you think are necessary for your readers to know. And you'll also describe the mechanism's overall function and purpose, um, the overall appearance in terms of its relevant attributes, shape, color, material, and so forth. And then, very important, the introduction will end with a list of the mechanism's parts and the order in which you plan to describe them. So, if you were writing a full mechanism description, what you would do is you would go on and you would describe each part of that mechanism in detail. Um, excuse me. Uh, as I said, though, you won't be writing the full mechanism description, but pretend that you are and write the introduction as if you were going to go on and write the rest of it. We'll do the same thing with the process description as well. The process description is a little bit different, and there's an outline that's on page 63 of your textbook, or 63 of my textbook in any case. Let's see, let me get there. Okay. It's outline 5.1. And for the process description introduction, you'll define the mechanism with a technical definition and add any extensions that you think are necessary for your readers to know. And you'll describe the purpose, function, and operation of the mechanism. You'll also list the major steps of the mechanism's operation in the order that you would discuss them if you were writing the full introduction. I'm sorry, the full description. So you'll be doing all parts of the introduction. that are listed in the outlines. And they're very similar, but they're different in some ways. And it's important that you do both so that you can get an understanding of how a process description differs from a mechanism description. Let me see. I was going to do something else here. Okay. The other thing I wanted to mention very briefly is for some of the assignments in this course, not all of them, but for some of them, you'll be writing them in APA style with a cover page. And if you have sources, you'll be using a references page. And I want to show you a couple of resources that will help you. In the course menu, under the section labeled Course Materials, the last one is Supplemental Materials. Click on that. And you'll see some materials that I've added to the course to help you along in this 8-week journey. Down at the bottom, you'll see a couple of videos. One of them is called Setting Up Your Title Page in APA Style. And the other is called Working with Sources in APA Style. When you use resources in this course. These are going to be very helpful videos to help you set up your paper and to help you to show you how to do those in-text citations and the references page. So please check those out. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Okay, those are the main things I wanted to address in this video. I hope this is helpful. If you have questions, feel free to reach out and have a great week.